All right, for those of you who have been following me on IRC in Xfce, I told a number of you guys that I've done some really cool tweaks. It was time to clean out the system, and I've done a fresh install of Manjaro's Xfce edition. I have this running the latest version. I have Compiz with Emerald installed on here with no window borders whatsoever. Basically, using a simple key command, I can press Alt and then left click to move my windows, and of course pressing Alt and then right clicking allows me to resize them however I want to, which is a really cool thing that you can do with Xfce. And I like the fact that my windows don't have any borders here, because it gives me more room when I want to tile things. Also, another feature Thunar does not have is the ability to right-click and edit things as root by default. So I'm going to show you how to add that functionality, such as right-clicking on a folder and then being able to have open as root enabled, or right-clicking on a plain document and then having an edit as root there. I'm going to show you how to do that today. And finally, many of you know I have either used Quake or Quake as a drop-down terminal, but did you know that Xfce supports a proper drop-down terminal using its terminal? So I'm going to show you how to enable that feature as well. And then finally, to end this, I'm going to show you how to properly install Emerald and the Fusion icon without errors, because now we do have Compiz in the repositories, but if you want these added features, I have a procedure I'm going to show you. That way you can get Compiz with the Fusion icon and with Emerald. And by the way, this is an Emerald theme, but I also have my regular XFWM4 theme without borders. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. And all of that learning begins right now on Xfce's Cup of Linux. All right, this is going to be a tall order, so let's get started. First, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select to open up the file manager. Now, we want to be able to have the option to right-click on a folder and be able to select to open things as root. And it looks like this version does have that ability. But let's go ahead and create a plain text file. Okay, and I'm going to call this test. And when we right-click on this item, we don't have the option to edit this as root. So what we're going to need to do here is we're going to go into Configure Custom Actions, okay, and then we're going to press the plus button here. Okay, we're going to say Edit as Root, and the command that needs to be issued to do this will be GKSU. This comes with Get It by default, so we're going to tell it to do that. And then we're going to use %F, which will open that direct file that you right-clicked on that you want to edit as root. We're going to press OK. After we select an icon, you can pick any icon that you want. There are a bunch of them to choose from. This one looks as good as any. Press OK. We'll close this, and now you can right-click on that item, and you'll see Edit as Root is available. Something else I wanted to mention, we go into Preferences here on these actions, that is Edit and Configure Custom Actions here. Let's go ahead and press the pencil. You have Appearance Conditions, and right here, this is stated under Text Files. But I also like to check other files. I forgot to mention that. So that's a nice little tip for you. And the possibilities are endless. You can add other functions that will allow you to do many other things that you would issue a command for in the terminal, you can add to a right-click context menu. So that is a nice feature. Now, one thing that really bugs me is when I go into settings here in Xfce, okay, and you go into appearance, or not appearance, I should say under window manager, okay, you have a lot of options here for these window borders, and really, to be honest with you, I don't like any of them. I want to be able to tile my windows and have the look and feel that I want. So, let's go ahead and pick one of these that we want to meddle with. Okay, and in my system, I think I took Cocotte here and edited that one and removed all the borders and everything from that. So let me show you how I did that. Now that we have that feature enabled to be able to open as root, we can just select any folder here. I'm going to right-click any folder and just select Thunar root. It's going to ask for your password. All right, now that we have that, close this window out. Okay, and then we're going to go into our file system, user, share, themes. Okay, I'm going to look for that Cocotte one, just for laughs and giggles. Here it is. Okay, and then there's the XFWM4 here. Now, what I'm going to do here is, and this is probably not the best way to do this, but what I just do is press Control-A here, right-click on the files, select Cut, move up one directory, create a new folder called Back, create that, right-click and paste all these items in here, and then what I'm going to do is, there is a theme file here, the theme RC. I'm going to right-click and cut this file, move that up, put this in the XFWM4 folder, okay, and we are good to go. Now, when we select Cocotte, look what that did. It removed all of our borders. But now you guys are saying, how and why would I even want to do this? There's a neat little trick to this. Okay, first, now, let's go ahead and close this here. Now, let's say I want to go ahead and move the window. We can press Alt-Space, and that will bring down the context menu. Normally, when you right-click on the title bar, this gives you some options. You can maximize, you can minimize, unmaximize here. You can select to move the window, and it will move it for you. You can resize it. And that's a neat little feature. But you can also press the Alt button and left-click with the mouse, and it should let you move the window around. Now, it's probably not letting me do this because it is in a virtual machine, but when we go onto my actual desktop here and press Alt and left-click, you'll see that it is working. So that could just simply be an issue in VirtualBox. So that being said, this can be a nice feature for those of you who want to manually tile your windows, especially if you have like a workspace switcher set up and you want to switch between your desktops. This can be a handy option for those of you who want to have as much screen real estate as possible for putting all of your windows and that sort of thing up. So I think that is a really cool little trick for those of you who want to be able to, you know, have that functionality, to be able to tile everything perfectly to your liking. Well, let's say you want to have a nice little drop-down terminal like Gwake or Yakwake. And this is something I could never get working before in Xfce, and I finally figured out how to do that. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and close this window here. I'll leave this one open just for laughs and giggles. And then we're going to go into settings here. And from your whisker menu, you'll see there is a settings button here for all settings. We're going to open this up, and then we're going to select keyboard. And then you want application shortcuts. We're going to go ahead and add one here. And that command to add that application shortcut is Xfce for TAC terminal dash drop dash down. We're going to press OK. Oh, by the way, you can select to use the startup notification, and then you'll get an annoying bubble that will let you know that it's running. Personally, I don't like that, and as an added bonus, I'm going to show you how to get rid of the notifications that appear in the upper right corner of the screen permanently. So we're going to press OK for this. Now, it's going to ask you to give a key combination. I'm going to select Control and tilde. All right, now, when we press Control tilde, look what's going to happen. Absolutely nothing, because I did not issue the command properly. Let's edit that. That is 2 dashes before drop down, not 1. My bad. Press OK. I'm going to put in that command again, the Control tilde, or whatever command you want, and zip, bada boom. Look what you have here. You have a nice drop-down terminal, very simple, very easy to use, and now it's easily accessible. And you can even customize this a lot further by hitting the Control here. You can tell it to, remove the menu from the top if you don't want the file menu. You can change its appearance, the colors, the compatibility. There are also advanced settings. So the sky is the limit. You can do a whole lot with this. Let's go ahead and close this here. And I'm going to move on to the next step, which is those annoying notifiers. Yes. So let's go into our terminal. And if you don't want to get those annoying notifications in Xfce, this is really easy to do. Just type in Yowert notify. And press enter. Okay, you're going to scroll up here, and you're going to see. Now let's scroll up a little bit higher. Good thing that we got this little handle here. Okay, you want to remove Xfce notify D. So we're going to copy this. Just press enter, and then we're going to go sudo pacman TAC capital R, Control Shift V, it's not, all right, right click, paste. Normally it's Control Shift V, but we're in VirtualBox, so I expect some wonky stuff going on there, you know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna enter that password. Okay, it says GUFW requires that, so we're gonna press the up arrow. We're going to type in GUFW. Okay, do you want to remove these packages? Of course you do if you don't want those annoying notifications. And goodbye, goodbye, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, hey, 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 goodbye, notify! Okay, good deal. All right, now that we got rid of that, now let's talk about the best way to install Compiz on your Manjaro system. And this is especially important for those of you who want to be able to have Emerald theming installed, and you want to have the Fusion icon to control it. And trial and error helped me figure out this one. So let's proceed with this. Let's go ahead and open up our terminal. And the first thing we're going to do is type in Yowert Emerald. Okay, and I'm going to scroll up here. And that is choice 3 on my system for Emerald 088-2. Press 3 and then enter. It's downloading the package build. Do you want to edit that package build? Not really, no. Okay, and it's going to download Compiz Core. So we're going to press enter for yes. Oh no, we're not going to edit the Emerald install. Press no. And then enter for yes to continue building Emerald. Okay, and it's going to download everything that it needs with the inclusion of Metacity. And really, I don't know why it requires that, but because really it's not really, you really don't have to have it, but there is a way to get rid of that if you want to. For now, we'll just proceed with the installation. Now that that has finished compiling, we're going to press Enter for yes to continue installing Emerald. And then press Enter again. While Emerald is installing, I know a number of you are going to be asking what icon theme I'm using and which desktop theme I'm using as well, because I'm not using any KDE applications with the exception of Kdenlive in this particular install. And both of these are available from the AUR. I am using Blue Fear as my theme for my GTK theme, which is in the AUR, and then Elementary Xfce Dark. Not the one from Git, is Elementary Xfce Dark for the icons, and Blue Fear. Just zoom in make sure you're watching in high def so that you can read those. And just run Yowert and then type those in, and you can build those from the AUR. And of course, it's saying my window manager theme is borderless. That is something I made in Emerald, and I'm going to show you how to do that in this show, so stick around for that. Now that Emerald is installed, let's proceed to the next step where we install the Fusion icon. So now it's Yowert, Fusion, Attack Icon. That is option 2. Now, you're not going to want to use Pamic or Octopi to be doing this. You really want to be running the terminal because it will throw some errors at you because it's unable to replace packages. And that's something I have noticed in Pamic. So edit the package build. No, we're not going to edit this. I know this will build properly. Okay, this is going to need to build from Git. All right, so we're going to edit the Fusion install? No. We're going to continue building Fusion icon, and we're going to proceed with the installation of Perl Error and Git. And it's always good to keep Git installed on your system, especially if you're going to be installing a lot of stuff from the Arch user repository. All right, and we're going to continue installing that Fusion icon. All right, the next step in our procedure is I want to install Compiz unsupported, because that gives you additional features that you're not going to get in the Manjaro in the repositories for the Compiz build they have in there. So I'm going to go Yowert, Compiz unsupported. Okay, and it's the only choice. So I'm going to press 1, Enter for that one. Edit that package build? No. Okay, and it's showing that we've already got everything we need. Compiz core, everything is already in here. So we just need to build this. So press Y to continue building. And for some reason, this didn't give me any errors at all but I got a few errors before. So maybe something was patched from the these AUR packages since I did this the day before yesterday, because I did get an error and it's not showing it here today, which is a cool thing. And of course, this is going to take a while to compile. But as an added bonus to members of my forum at cupoflinux.com, I will be opening up a new topic. And in that topic, I am going to have Compiz settings that you can, my personal settings, that you can import into Compiz and try out. And that includes the really cool Cup of Linux mug that will be in there as well. You will have all of the instructions and everything you need for setting that up. So be sure to sign up for my forum at cupoflinux.com. It's the best way to interact with me besides using IRC to chat with me in person. Okay, and now that that has finished compiling, let's just press Enter to install this. Okay, good deal. Everything is done. And we're ready to rumble here. So now, let's press Alt F2. Okay, and let's run Fusion TAC icon. Alright, and now you're going to see Emerald has replaced your window borders here. We have Emerald going. You can go into Compiz Settings Manager here. And it's a good possibility they have a number of features already selected, such as the window decoration and that sort of thing. But you can go into Preferences here, okay, and there will be a file on my forum that you can select Import, and then you can use my theme, or you can go through all of the themes here and make your choices, okay? I'm not going to cover that in today's exercise because I've already covered this. Just search my channel for Compiz and I explain all of these features in a lot of detail. I have several videos on Compiz, so let's go ahead and close this. But I do want my window borders to match the window borders that I just did in the XFWM4. And the nice thing, you can also right-click on here, and in the Window Manager options, you can easily switch between Compiz and XFWM4. Metacity is also included. I really don't need it, but there is a way to remove that. And the way you do remove that is by opening up your terminal, okay, and you would issue sudo pacman tac capital R DD metacity. This will force it to uninstall but leave its dependencies behind. This is not recommended that you do this, so do this at your own peril. I'm going to remove it. All right, and now it's gone. Okay, and it's still showing metastases here, but I can assure you the next time you launch Fusion Icon, and you're going to need Fusion Icon to launch as soon as you start. So let's go ahead and just open up Whisker menu, type in session for session and startup. Application auto start. We're going to add. We're going to name this Fusion. And then the command is Fusion Icon. Dash icon. Okay. And now that's going to automatically start. And the nice thing about this is it will remember the last state it was in. So if you logged out or restarted your computer and you were running XFWM4 session, that is what you're going to get when you log back in. So if you have it set on Compiz, it will launch Compiz. Very nice indeed. Let's go ahead and close this. We're going to right-click on our Fusion icon now, and let's go into the Emerald Theme Manager. Okay, you're going to see we don't have any themes in here. So let's go ahead and select Edit Themes. Okay, I'm going to select Legacy. That's as good as any. Okay, all right, and then we're going to select Title Bar here, and I'm going to put that down to 0. Okay, we're going to select Vertical Button Offset to 0. Horizontal button offset to 0. Frame and shadows, top, we want that to 0. Bottom to 0. Left to 0. Right to 0. Okay? Alright, buttons. Alright, so by unchecking Use Pick Maps buttons, we got rid of that. Okay, these are just for the shadows, the title bar. So we will choose a size 0 for that text and press OK on that. And there you go. We got rid of our borders here, but it looks like we still have some tweaking that we need to do here. Alright, so you'll see that we still have this screen up here. Let's go ahead and select a different engine. Let's try Zoot Reeves. Okay, and that got rid of it. So now we have a window here that has no borders on it, which is what we wanted. So let's go into themes here now. Select the theme. We can create a Xfce, and the description is borderless. I'm going to clear the screenshot out. The theme version is 0.000. That's 0.000. Suggested widget theme. Who cares? All right. And then we're going to name that borderless. Save it. Theme saved. And then you go into themes here. And now you're going to see you have your borderless theme. No screenshot, but if you wanted to make a screenshot, you could. So, cool stuff indeed. So at the end of the day, with a lot of trial and patience, you can really trick out your Xfce desktop without even having to install the KDE base and using the Oxygen theming, as I've shown in a previous episode. So lots of cool things you can do. And if you have any ideas or other things you want to cover, be sure to send me a message on IRC. There's instructions at cupoflinux.com, or you can even drop me a note on my forum at cupoflinux.com. We'll see you there.